Hi, I'm Marissa of Marisa Orlich Interiors,
And I'm Tyler Fox of JM2 Architecture.
and today we just want to talk about inspiration and how we are constantly being inspired by others in our field, current existing architects and designers, and many from the past as well. And Tyler and I were just talking about Frank Lloyd Wright this week, and how we're still inspired by many of his styles today, and how we take our personal trips to his Mecca to see some of his homes and
Yeah, it's
built
really
and designed.
incredible. And we were talking about some of his homes that are local, some of them that are kind of around the country, and you don't really realize the impact he had and just how many different structures he has. Even here on Long Island, he has one. So
Hmm. Right, and we still see his work being influenced and inspired today. As I had a fantastic email this week from Schumacher, which is a fabric company, and they were releasing a collection on Frank Lloyd Wright fabrics. And I thought it was just so beautiful and inspiring, and immediately sent it to Tyler for him to see. And just wanted to share it with you all, and how some of these beautiful fabrics will end up in my client's home over the next year, but just how you can really just take some of his designs and really truly be inspired by it. And it is just a focal point. I mean, right there, you have a
I love it.
beautiful flat Roman shade that is non-functioning. So it's meant to always be at this height, and it's going to always set like that. So you'll always see the fabric in a beautiful flat position, which really will give to the beauty of the lines and the crispness.
And it's really kind of incredible his just what he was able to do through his architecture in the design world and in
Hmm.
fabrics. I mean, it's kind of incredible when you look at something like a shade like that, and you think of him and you think of his design and his style.
Right.
That's just, I mean, what an impact to have on the design world. And even the colors of the next color there, that Cherokee red and the earth browns that he was just so famous for, bringing that into anyone's home is just a very cool concept.
Right. And as we're going into, a new design year moving forward, I think many people will be adding color to their home a little bit more. And I think a lot of these fabrics that are shown in this collection and inspired by him, you can easily impact them into the space. The lots you can do throw pillows. If you're afraid of geometry and you
Mm.
think it's too modern for you, start small. Start with a smaller scale on a throw pillow. Start with a bolster pillow on a couch or a bed, and just go from there. Maybe not reupholster your couch in a totally uh, loud fabric, but if you're inspired by this and you wanted to bring it into your traditional style home, you can in smaller scale ways. So I think it's just a really fun and great collection, and I think we'll still be talking about him forever moving forward.
We really will. I mean, when you think about I mean, he spent like 70 years in the field of architecture. He designed
Hmm.
like over a thousand structures. He really became famous for his homes. I mean, obviously, we were just talking about Falling Water. It's probably the most famous work of art, building wise, famous work of architecture in the world. And
Hmm.
out in Bear Run, Pennsylvania, and I've been there. And you said you were hoping to plan a trip. I mean, it's just really kind of incredible to be in a space like that, and the marriage of the nature and a built structure, and having that as a home, and with the waterfall and the earth and the rocks, really is kind of spectacular. And then even to his last work, which is the Guggenheim Museum in the
Right.
city, and that's a local. I mean, one of the most famous pieces of architecture in the world, the Guggenheim Museum, accessible to anyone here. I mean, literally anyone who's listening or watching us right now can get on the train and go to the
Right.
Guggenheim Museum, which just opened back up, and it's incredible to stand in that atrium space and just kind of look up and to, take the elevator up and meander your way down. The whole experience of the building is really cool.
It's great that we have a local place by him that you can really go
Mhm.
and see and feel how the architect was feeling in the way he wanted you to experience the building.
Yeah, and he's really a pioneer of modern design. And you like I mentioned, his home, the Prairie House. He created his
Yes.
own style of home
Hmm.
that, Oak Park, Illinois, Chicago, Buffalo, New York. I mean, I went to college close to there. A lot of us have been to Buffalo. It's incredible how many homes and structures he has in Buffalo alone, Pleasantville, New York, right in Westchester County,
Hmm.
in San Francisco and Arizona. I mean, you can go Wisconsin, you go anywhere and you'll find, either someone who was inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright or designed by himself. So it's just
Hmm.
very cool, and his reach is global. A lot of the architects who I've studied and who are up and coming were inspired by him. And you look at the impact he had on the design community, from buildings to windows to furniture to
Furniture.
textiles. I
Hmm.
mean, it's just landscape. It really is just incredible what he's done
Right. It's all across the board. It's everything you said and more. So we'll definitely continue to be inspired by him in
every
both of
day.
our design spaces.
Definitely.
So I am Marissa of Marissa Orlich Interiors.
And I'm Tyler Fox of J2 Architecture.
And if you have any questions or comments or anything you'd like us to talk about, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you.
Definitely. Thanks.